The Social Network. 11 minutes past 3 p.m. on this terrific Tuesday afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is a Social Network right here on Radio Al-Ansaar 90.4 FM, 105.6 in the Pietermaritzburg area. It is Travel Tuesday. So you know what that means. We got One Stop Travel in Tours, your one-stop travel shop in studio with us here this afternoon. Sister Sonera, Brother Muhammad, and our esteemed guest here this afternoon is none other than Mr. Jonathan Hollard. Is that correct? He is... And let me say this properly, verbatim.
No pressure.
Business Development Manager of Cruises International. But today we are focusing on a very... Jonathan's baby, I think it's called, yeah?
Yeah. Baby, absolutely.
Yeah, it's your baby. It's your baby, mate. All right, so we got Jonathan. How are you doing, Jonathan? Welcome.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hey.
So good to be here with you.
Hey, wait, you have to call him now Jamil now. Hey, new Islam no name now,
Shukran
man.
for having me here.
Hey, I can see he's been traveling the Middle East quite a lot.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. You are from Cruises International. It is focusing on 8 of the biggest ship liner cruises around the world. But today we're talking about the Royal Caribbean International. You brought us a wonderful pamphlet, and I feel like jumping into the book. But I've never seen ships like this in my life. Wonder of the Seas. You've got Icon of the Seas, something new coming in 2024. Correct. But coming back to Royal Caribbean International and basically Cruises International, talk about what Cruises International is and then transition onto your baby, Royal Caribbean International.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for the introduction.
Awesome.
Here. It's great to be here, and to your valued listeners as well. It's good to have you all get involved and hear all about everything cruising related.
Yeah.
Let me get straight to it and explain how Cruises International fits into the whole picture here. So we've been going for about 30 years in South Africa.
Yeah.
But we look after not just South Africa, Africa itself as well.
Okay.
So we are the international representative company for 8 best in their class cruise ship brands. So
lovely.
Royal Caribbean, absolutely, in terms of size, they are massive ships. We'll talk about that shortly.
Yep.
But we have a ship for all walks of life. If you wanted to do something luxurious, for example, on a nice 6-star cruise, we can send you on that.
6-star?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know there was a 6-star.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For those that really are the more discerning traveller.
Yeah.
And then we also do amazing expedition cruising.
Okay.
If you really want to immerse yourself in a destination, why not try out a beautiful river cruise option on Waterways?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got quite an extensive portfolio, and as I say, a ship for everybody.
Yeah. No wonder he got a big smile on his face. He's traveling to all the corners of the world over here. Who wouldn't? Living the dream job here, dreaming the life. But coming back to sort of the Royal Caribbean International. Now, I've seen these ships on social media. It's like huge, massive, mammoth hotels on the ocean. I've never seen something like this with the slides and the entertainment and all of that. How does South Africa tie in with this? How does a normal average man like Ted and myself say, I want to go on this ship? So how do I go about going on these ships?
And that's such a valid point. And I think what's important here is doing exactly that, normalizing the concept of using cruising as a holiday.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think what we need to do is a bit more education, teaching people the concept of what a cruise holiday is.
That's true.
Which is great. I think that's important. We've got I will say it as it is. We've got our Indian Ocean islands nearby that South Africans love to visit. But they don't realize that cruise ships these days are resorts.
It is.
It is. They stand as resorts. And I love the way you made mention of just how big these cruise ships are. They are actually destinations within themselves now.
It is.
I mean, we were saying earlier, you can spend 7 days on the ship alone without having to get off, and you still won't have seen everything on it. The ship itself.
That's massive.
It is massive. So we'll talk shortly about the size and the amount of people. But I think just normalizing cruising. I think the most important thing that I need to mention is the benefits of cruising. What makes cruising your go-to in terms of a holiday option. And I'll just say it as it is. You get on the ship and you unpack once, which is always a benefit. Check into your beautiful stateroom or your cabin and unpack your clothes, and it's like you're home for the week, which is really great and comforting. They are serviced every day by the wonderful crew on board. You have got food included, entertainment included, and so much more. So it's looking at the value of cruising in terms of what you get out of it.
It is value for money because we've spoken about this in the past before, because you're just paying for your trip, you're getting your entertainment as you've mentioned, you're getting your food as mentioned, and you're getting entertainment on a whole new different level from, the sort of movements, the vertical movements. You have to be very specific in how you word these things.
Absolutely.
The vertical movements that obviously, So, but coming back to the question is like the these kind of ships is something that is very specific, and there's this very specific sort of audience that actually that these ship lines cater for.
Yes.
So coming back to the question, if I want to book for next year's Icon of the Seas,
Correct.
and I hail from Durban, what is the process to actually get onto the ship, spend a week, and just WhatsApp call my family and friends, video call, and make them jealous? What do I do?
I love it. Good. And that's it. It's about showing them how amazing it is.
Yeah. I'm really on the Icon of the Seas
exactly.
here. Yeah.
Exactly. Entice them into joining. Well,
there we go.
That's the part where I need to also bring One Stop Travel and Tours here, because they are really clued up in terms of putting a whole package together for you.
Sister Sonera surrounded by bottles of water.
Yes.
She just loves the water, whether it's in the ocean or whether it's in the studio.
So if I may,
I can see your water, baby. Yeah.
I'll explain the process. Is generally a client would approach One Stop Tours and they would say they would love to do a cruise, say for instance in the Mediterranean, or you've made example of Icon of the Seas. Icon will be in the Caribbean. Mediterranean is quite popular, so is Singapore. But let's use Mediterranean as an example.
Mediterranean is also very popular.
Very popular, yeah. We can even make reference to a specific cruise ship, the Symphony of the Seas, also Royal Caribbean. Massive ship as well, which I've personally been on. I absolutely loved it. So the client will come through to One Stop Travel and Tours and they will request a cruise vacation in the Mediterranean. And they will then package the flights for them. They will assist with visas as well. Something one needs to consider when you do travel as South Africans. Maybe they'll change that down the line one day.
One day. Being the operative word.
The flights, the packaging, pre and post accommodation. Then we assist with visa applications as well.
Brilliant.
And travel insurance if required.
So they just give One Stop a call, and then you get them the best value for money packages, and then also
there's different itineraries as well. So we would recommend based on what they specify, we would then recommend a cruise and a ship, and then also you get different types of cabins, like you get your inside, your outside cabin, balcony cabins, you get your suites. So based on what the client requires, we would then put an entire package together.
Wow,
100%.
Hey, wait. So if I'm getting this straight, if I'm understanding this right, if I want to go on a getaway or a vacation, or just to breathe some air, some different type of air, all I need to do is go to One Stop Travel, say I want to go to an island on one of the Indian islands, and then I won't only go there, but then I'll have my own holiday on the way there. So that's 2 holidays for the price of one. And all I need to do is just go to One Stop Travel and say I need to go somewhere.
Correct.
There's your next sales agent.
There it is.
Done and dusted.
All sold.
Really?
Your application has been handed in. It's on live radio. So One Stop will be your go-to destination from here.
That seems so simple, though.
But speaking about the itineraries, looking at the Caribbean of 2023, you got the different ships. You got Symphony of the Seas. You have Harmony of the Seas. Oasis of the Seas. Freedom of the Seas. Odyssey of the Seas.
These names.
Ooh, I love the names. It's really enticing me already.
Right.
So, and then the ports of departure. You're going from Miami, Cape Liberty, Fort Lauderdale in USA and stuff. And it's throughout the year. And it starts off with like 4 to 6 nights Western Caribbean, your 5 nights Southern Caribbean, 7 nights, 14 nights. The ultimate Caribbean experience.
I can even send you around the world for 200 days.
He said it, eh? He said it for Marla. You heard it. There's the witnesses.
He said it himself.
So 200 days.
Yes.
I've heard about these ones.
So those are around the
I heard it's for the pensioners. No. Those are the pensioner cruises.
Or you've got a lot of time off, a sabbatical.
I was like,
No, it's round the world cruises.
Yes.
But how they sell the itineraries is from certain departure points. So you can actually then hop on in Dubai, cruise all the way to like India, and get off in the Far East, or get on in Australia and then get off in New York. It depends on you.
It's like having a traveling hotel.
No,
with you.
that's my retirement package. That's what I'm saving up for, the world cruise. The world cruise.
I may not be coming in next week. I'm so sorry.
How old are you? Okay, so we have some questions from our listeners out there. So let's see. Okay, somebody asked, what about motion sickness? And another one asked about the halal situation, of course.
Very good. Good questions, and rightfully so. Let's talk about the motion sickness, because obviously that is asked often. It depends on where you are sailing. And I can tell you an example is our South African coastline is known to be quite a rough set of a bit of water. So it's a bit rocky. However, our ships are out in the Mediterranean, and it's quite flat in the Mediterranean.
Calmer seas, calmer seas.
However, the ships are all built with state-of-the-art stabilizers. So you don't feel the ship rocking too much. I have been on the water before where it's been a bit rough, but you didn't get to
feel it. Yeah,
I do always recommend take sort of tablets or medication just to assist a little bit with that. It does happen, and stay away from eating too much of the food. Then, if you're not feeling too well,
yeah, for sure,
recommend it. But we don't have it very often.
Yeah,
and here's the other thing: if you're on board the ships as well, there's so much entertainment and all of that kind of stuff.
It distracts you.
Focused. Absolutely.
Yeah, it distracts you, man. It distracts you. All right, somebody asks.
Halal.
Yeah, the halal, halal aspect. Yes,
I think
you just funded me everything halal all of a sudden.
So very important, and something I didn't mention. I did work for the Abu Dhabi Tourism Authority for 3 years as well. So I do understand the question very well. It's a very important one. So when it comes to cruising, often it depends on where the cruise ship is positioned destination wise. For example, Singapore will definitely assist and cater for halal. There are, however, on a lot of the ships, they do have restaurants, speciality restaurants that do seafood, as an example, and obviously great vegetarian options too. In fact, I was on a recent cruise on one of our beautiful new ships that have just been launched now, the Oceania Vista, which I could
sounds fancy.
It's a 6-star hotel.
Sounds like a 6-star. Sounds like a 6-star.
They have the Vitality Spa and a spa facility, and they've actually got a restaurant called Aquamar Kitchen, which specializes in very amazing wellness food.
Yes, okay,
and
all right.
That's incredible vegetarian options as well.
Okay.
I mean, as a carnivore myself, I've walked past and I was like, man, that looks tantalizing.
Yeah.
So,
I've had those moments.
You've had those moments, 100%. So there's definitely, obviously, they do cater.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Somebody asked, they said you sparked the interest with the Royal Caribbean International, and obviously questions of like, ka-ching, ka-ching, or pop into mind.
Right.
Roughly for a 200-day around the world kind of travel, what are we looking at?
I wouldn't stop.
What is the life savings?
I wouldn't start with a 200-day cruise. I would start with maybe like a Mediterranean cruise.
Sure, like the 5 nights, 7 nights for sure.
They have some really amazing specials going on right now. So I think I saw like a 7-night cruise around the Mediterranean, like in September, October or so, was going for around, I think, 25,000 rands per person. That's excluding your flights and everything.
That's not bad.
So we still have to
That's not
package
bad.
it. Yeah. And then you get your shorter cruises in the Far East, like your 4-night cruises and all that stuff, that go around for just under 20 grand per person.
Okay.
So you can add on your like pre or post accommodation, and then you can add on your flights. It doesn't come out too bad.
It doesn't come out. I mean, this is if your entertainment and your food is covered, you're really saving rather than going for holidays somebody else.
It might sound expensive, but you must think about if you have to go to Europe on a normal
5-day
this thing.
Flights, accommodation.
You still have to find your accommodation. You still have to look for your food and everything.
And your transportation around as well. Yeah, that adds up.
And like Jonathan said, you only unpack once.
You only exactly.
For our listeners out there, you have to think about it this way. You get on a plane, you go to another country, you have to scour around, wander around, your feet, you're tired, you're fighting with your family, they have to jump in here. Just pack up a hotel, get onto the boats and leave with it. You're leaving with the hotel. You have 2 holiday destinations. Now you can say you're in Portugal while you're in another hotel. Think about that.
Give this man a ticket, John. Give this man a ticket. Give this man a ticket. He's a proud winner.
I think, Jonathan, if you could also mention some of like the entertainment and facilities.
Yes, please.
And understand the value of what they are
Perfect. And I appreciate that opportunity. So, let's talk about that. We speak about entertainment. Let me tell you, this is Broadway show entertainment on board. And that's what makes
world class 6 stars.
That's it. Royal Caribbean particularly is such they positioned to create a wow factor. They have thought about it. They have said, what's going to make this the most amazing family holiday experience? And yes, Broadway shows they've got on board, for instance, they've got with a wave rider, which is a surfing slide that you can do
on the ship.
Jeez. Which is that picture over there.
Yeah. Wow,
you'll see on the new Icon of the Seas, it's a Category 6 water park. It's 6 massive water slides.
Category 6?
Look at this. Look at that.
I would highly recommend the listeners go and check out Icon of the Seas.
I'd love that. It is the Icon of the Seas.
It's like the little child in me just suddenly comes out again.
I mean, look at the colours.
I know. They've got the world's tallest cantilever pool at the back there, as you can see as well. We're talking 20 decks high here, guys.
Whoa. This is crazy. Yeah. This I don't understand how they put this together. It's like mind-boggling.
We've got ice rinks on board. The most amazing shows I've ever seen are their ice rink shows. They've got the world's largest inside waterfall at sea.
Yeah.
They've got a waterfall on board. They've actually got it's a sort of a walk the plank. You can actually walk the side of the ship, and this thing drops, and you suddenly zip line across the side of the ship.
Oh my God!
It's just incredible.
Why did think of these things?
So that's the. Just to give you an example, also in terms of an experience, is the restaurants, the speciality dining. On board the Royal Caribbean ships, you've got the likes of Jamie Oliver's own Italian restaurant.
Oh wow! Okay.
Starbucks on board. You must see the Alice in Wonderland themed restaurant as well. So it's going into the world of fantasy while you're dining.
Yeah.
Damn. Absolutely incredible.
Just walk in there and let it go. All of my feelings.
That's
Frozen.
So besides visiting a destination, you have this amazing entertainment. So it's really good value for money.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you have to go and then go get a train and go do sightseeing and everything, whereas here you only unpack once, you get in all of your meals. Yeah. Plus, it stops like in different ports, so you actually go and get to visit the destination.
Okay, so I'm looking at this Harmony of the Seas page, and the ship stops at an island. Now,
That's a good question.
What is this?
I love that you brought that up.
Yay.
So I'll do a little rundown on exactly what Nere's just said now in terms of what you experience on the ship. But let's talk about that island. So Royal Caribbean actually owns its own island in the Caribbean.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, really. I'm not surprised.
It's called Coco Cay Island.
Coco Cay Island, okay.
And it's basically a part of the Caribbean itinerary. So you'll go see various Caribbean islands, and this is a part of the one day where you get off the ship, everyone gets off, and they can bask in the sun, enjoy their drinks and their meals, and enjoy the massive, beautiful swimming pools that they have on there.
And they got like an entertainment park as well.
Absolutely.
I can't even describe what I'm looking at right here.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you've been on these cruises, obviously.
I have.
Talk to us based on your own anecdotal experience. Sure. Like when you first went on the first cruise on Royal Caribbean, what was that experience like? I mean, you must have been like a kid coming in a candy. It's like, wow.
Yes. I think the first thing that pops through my mind is you get to the port, you've just got off your flight, and you get to the port, and you look at the size of this ship.
Crazy.
Massive.
Yeah.
It's large, it's in charge, it's in your face, and you know that this is a destination on its own. You know that there's something fun and incredible about it. So that's the first thing, is just the size, the magnitude of the size of these ships. You get on board, something that really comes across is the service. Greeted with
there we go. Yes.
They are all so friendly and welcoming, and that's the one thing a lot of people are unsure when if they've never been on a cruise. Ask questions when you want something, want to know where to go, or whatever the case is on the ship. The crew are phenomenal in terms of providing that kind of support. My stateroom, I'm always excited to go see what the stateroom's like. I usually prefer going for a balcony because I love having a look outside.
Of course, naturally.
And they are big staterooms these days. I mean, they're small little houses, some of them. It's really quite something. If you look at some of the suites, should I say.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
The suite life.
The suite life.
Hey.
I like that.
I told you I'd room for a dad joke.
That's horrible.
Some of the suites have 2 levels.
Yeah.
Oh, like a double story.
Well,
in a ship.
We're going to go even bigger. We've got a triple story suite on the icon of the seas. It's called the Ultimate Family Suite.
I think they need to send us for us to believe it.
Yes, I don't believe anything.
It's just words to me for now until we experience it ourselves.
These pictures mean nothing.
Zahir, there's one thing I want to add. I'm a foodie.
Yes.
So I'm all about the food. If you go hungry on a ship, there's something wrong. There's food all the time, everywhere.
How does the food work on the ship?
It's amazing. So your food is included.
Yes.
There are speciality dining restaurants which are not included in the price.
Oh, that's your own little thing. Yeah.
You go into the Jamie Oliver's, for example, if you want to take, the couple that want to go and enjoy a nice little
Of course, yes.
Of course. Exactly.
Yeah.
The food is phenomenal. The buffets are always set up. I can tell you now, you can go watch a show at night as well. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go to Sorrento's, which is our pizza place, and they do vegetarian pizzas as well. If you want to get that last little snack in before you go to bed as well. So there's food all the time, and the food is really
So you'll never go hungry.
Never go hungry.
Never go hungry, indeed. So that's the beauty of these ships nowadays. It's like a holiday destination on the sea, 6-star entertainment and class. And I think this is something that needs to be sold. I mean, the listeners are asking, do they do Durban and Cape Town? So it's strictly, you get your flights from South Africa, you go to the ports across the world. I think we mentioned Lauderdale as well as in Miami and different places around the world. You jump on the cruise ship there, you go for your little destination, 4 or 5 nights at sea, and and stop at different ports, get to see the different countries. One Stop comes into play, booking this for you, and also getting your visas, your travel insurance, and everything.
So Royal Caribbean does like most of the destinations around the world. They have South America cruises, they do North America, Alaskan cruises, Caribbean, Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Far East, even around Australia as well.
Correct.
Jeez,
so
wow,
there's
amazing.
different. Royal Caribbean is like one of the main cruise lines. Then you also get celebrity cruises. Oceania.
Celebrity cruises, you say? What's that?
Well, that's for the celebrities.
How does Ted sign up? And fame.
So at the moment, Far East, Vietnam, Japan, the Mediterranean cruises are always extremely popular.
What's your favorite?
I'll be very honest with you. I've just jumped off of a cruise now that was it went from Italy. So we left from Civitavecchia in Italy.
Of course, nice pronunciation.
Bit of time to pronounce the word, the Civitavecchia.
Mamma mia.
See. And I actually cruised down to Naples along the Amalfi coast. Which is beautiful, colourful, dotted houses along the Amalfi. Highly recommended. And then we went via Croatia.
Okay.
So I stopped in Dubrovnik where they filmed not Lord of the Rings, let's get that right, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Best season 8 ever.
Let's not even go there. And then obviously Split was beautiful. And we finished off in Venice.
You know, looking at this brochure of the Royal Caribbean International Cruise catalog that Jonathan has, it's like looking through a menu. It's like it's so enticing each page, and you get so stuck for choice. Like, where do I begin? What do I start? What do I order? And each page.
Children with their books open.
Yeah, no, not school. No, not school books. No. That will pass.
Adult children.
We'll put our tablets in between the textbook and actually see. But this is the catalog itself is really popping, you know. And each picture tells a different story. I mean, we're looking at I don't know how to pronounce it, fjords in Norway.
Norwegian fjords, yes.
Fjords. I mean, it's beautiful.
That's right.
You got Iceland, you got Amsterdam, you got Solarium. That's all on one page.
You can even do a cruise to watch the Northern Lights.
Oh
no, that's something.
That's on the bucket list. That is most definitely a cruise line. It's like two lives in one.
Yeah.
You're living two lives in one. But coming back to the whole sort of stay on a ship, and a lot of people ask, what's inclusive in the package? Do you have to pay for beverages like other ship lines? Do we have to pay for certain things on board? You've mentioned, obviously, if you're going to go to a restaurant, that's obviously a separate thing on your own. But what is inclusive if you book a normal package and then obviously go through Sonera and say, I want this also added in. So when I go there, I don't have to put any cards or anything. So what do I do?
100%. And that's a very, very valid question. Thanks, Zahir. So when you do a cruise booking, you get let's just work with the words, you get a standard cruise package.
Sure.
And that excludes the likes of your drinks package, your Wi-Fi, and your gratuities. Gratuities are generally, you have to pay gratuities. They are mandatory. So generally what I would always recommend is anybody that does a standard booking, you have to pay gratuities, which you can pay up front.
The gratuities are normally included in the cost when we book the Royal Caribbean.
Perfect.
We include that in our clients' cost, so then when they go there, they don't have to pay.
That just sounds better and better.
100%.
Just
So that you can get out of the way. And I always say, get all of those payments out, those added values out of the way, so you don't have to pay when you're on the ship. So those are the likes of gratuities, your Wi-Fi, you have to purchase separately, your drinks, whether it be alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks on board, and your shore excursions as well.
Okay.
So shore excursions are great. Obviously, you want to go and experience husky sledding, for example.
Yes, as Nira has mentioned. So you said you can experience the Northern Lights, the Salmon Rush, husky. What else? What else can we look forward to?
They have different experiences, destination dependent, like the Alaskan cruise.
Yes.
You can do like the Salmon Rush, where they take you to go see like this huge whole like shoal of salmon swimming upriver or downriver and everything, and then you try and catch one, and then they make like a little dinner for you as well. It's like what happens when it stops at port, the cruise line. So for example, it stops like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. If you have a shore excursion, all those that book the shore excursion disembark first.
Correct.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. And then you come back to the cruise line after you do your shore excursion and everything.
Okay.
Those that don't book shore excursions can still go out, but you must remember, if the cruise is stopping like around 7 in the morning, it's probably going to depart like 5, 6 in the evening.
Correct.
So you have to get back to port.
Before a certain time. Yes.
Or else
Okay.
then you have to make your own way to the next port and and then get
We don't
on
want
again.
that.
And you don't
No, we don't want that at all.
No.
But looking also at these sort of packages that come, you're looking at the minimums like 4 nights,
Sure.
going up to 12 nights, 14 nights in those kind of situations.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've done your research that 4 nights is like the base amount of time that you should be on this ship. Otherwise, you're going to
100%.
kicking yourself short. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Yeah.
You shouldn't do anything shorter than a 4. I would think actually 4 nights might be too short. 7 nights
7 to 9
is ideal.
depending on the ship
You are
Itinerary
not,
as well.
and
Yeah.
the facilities that they
Yeah.
have.
Correct.
Yeah.
You are not getting through 10% of the ship.
No, you
not
got to
in
book.
4
You got to
days.
book for the following
You
year.
you have to.
If you're going to
Exactly.
be 4 nights, then you might not even get off.
Correct.
I don't
Yeah.
think you'll get off the first
Zahir,
floor.
to
I'm
latch
looking at these
onto
pictures.
your conversation with regards to what's included and not. So that's generally, if you are booking, say, for instance, a 4-star deluxe cruise, you would have
Right.
to pay extra for the likes of beverage packages, etc. The more you pay, say, for instance, you start moving into the 5-star cruise lines, the 6-star cruise lines, more inclusive it is. So you're actually paying for everything. In fact, one of our beautiful cruise ships that we do, Seabourn, they do amazing expedition cruise in ultimate luxury, and everything's included in that. So
Okay.
that's your food, your deluxe package, drinks, your gratuities, absolutely everything's included. So
Okay.
you don't have to take your card out at all.
And then when we actually book, say, I want to book on your next one in October, December of
Yes.
2023, the Allure of the
Yes.
Seas, 3 nights Bahamas and perfect day, or 4 night Bahamas and perfect day.
Yeah.
Now, talk me through. It says 4 nights Bahamas and perfect day. Do I get a complete rundown of what's going to be happening in those 4 days? What entertainment is going to be on board? Who can I expect? Maybe you have some famous headliners that's going to be on
Yes.
a cruise as well.
Yes.
So do you break it down for the customer or the client as to what to expect with their package?
Brilliant.
So once they book their package and everything, and then you have to go online and register.
Right.
So once you go online and register, you can get like feedback as to what entertainment, what specialty restaurants are on board. But you can pre-book it now, or you can book it on board. Over and above that, you do get a daily program on
Yes.
board as to what shows and everything.
Oh, so they give it to you once you hop on board, yeah.
Here's the cool thing about Royal Caribbean. So let's answer this question for you. So when you're on board, before you actually get on board, it's say like that. You have to download the Royal Caribbean app,
Oh, of course.
which is great. So
That's why
you
it's
get-
6 stars, yes.
Oh, yes.
So you get to the Royal Caribbean app, and when you log on, you put your details in, your confirmation number, and it actually populates. It shows you every day what you're going to do.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's amazing.
It even goes as
Yeah.
far as showing what the weather's going to look like the next
Jeez.
day. They give you all entertainment and all information on board the ship, what they're going to be doing. So they give you the entire agenda for each day.
Jeez.
In fact, when you get into your stateroom as well, you have a beautiful TV setup in there as well, and it shows you everything as well. So day 1, we're departing from Civitavecchia. Today, these people are performing. We'll go try a cooking class out here.
Oh,
or let's go try
wow.
Pilates.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is.
Oh, so everything's entertainment, your gyms, your everything.
All of
So
it.
I even
Absolutely.
saw a putt-putt and...
I keep
it's like
looking
it's
through this and I
just
keep finding more and
every
more stuff.
corner I'm finding new things. Like where's Wally's? Like where's
Exactly.
things not to do? There's always something to do on every single page.
Exactly.
But look at this. I mean, it's huge. It's as you said, how many 20
decks.
20 decks. How many people can a ship like this accommodate? And what's the total number of lives on a ship like this?
Brilliant. So this is a ship that holds 7,500 guests.
Jeez.
So that she's big. She's big. Now everybody says, "Well, that's way too many people on the
Yeah.
ship." Well, here's the answer to that. There's a lot of ship.
Yeah.
She is big.
Yeah.
She's massive.
Yeah.
There's so much space, you don't feel that congestion whatsoever.
Really?
I've been on the Symphony of the Seas, which is 6,500 guests.
Jeez.
I didn't feel it once that it was
Congested or, yeah.
I would say maybe in the morning when everybody's trying to get something to eat just to get off the ship.
Yeah, yeah,
to go
yeah.
and see the destination. A little bit there, but the rest of the time I did not once feel like
Everyone's
I was.
dispersed and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you look at the Symphony of the Seas. They've got an area called Central Park. Yes, Central Park. It's
What?
got
Yes.
What?
Actual
Yeah.
actual
It's an
live
actual park.
trees.
Yeah.
Beautiful. They've got a horticulturist that I'll see if I can try and find it for you.
Now,
while I
what
talk.
page is that? Page 955?
Yeah, there we go. So I will, as we're busy talking, explain what that is. So that is actually a garden in the centre of the ship, and you can take a nice tranquil
Garden
walk
in
through
this-
there and go visit Central Park, which sells the most amazing salmon bagels. They don't sell it; that's actually complimentary.
Oh.
salmon bagels
Just gets better and better.
Yeah, you feel like you're in
Look at that.
Central Park in New York, enjoying your coffee and your salmon bagel.
Oh, they give you an itinerary like 7:30 indulge in La Dolce
That's it.
Vita and enjoy. Oh, proper. That is a Central Park.
Central,
So it's got like a piece of the world, all different parts of the
What
world
page
on the
is
ship. It's page 5, bottom left, in the center.
Yeah. Oh,
The ultimate family day. So it sort of paints an image of a daily itinerary on the ship. So it says here at 9 a.m. enjoy your breakfast on your balcony, taking in the uninterrupted ocean views. At around 10:30 a.m. learn how to surf by catching a wave on the groundbreaking flow ride.
That's it.
At 10 p.m. at 1 o'clock, sorry, it goes clockwise. Head to El Luque Fresh to grab some tasty tacos
Mexican.
and quesadillas for lunch.
See?
2 p.m. seek thrills with the ride on the zip line. 5 p.m. it's all about winning, where you're playing games with your friends, sports and all of that. Make your own legendary plays at the arcade. Indulge in La Dolce Vita and enjoy rustic Italian flavors at Giovanni's Italian Kitchen.
That's
Buon
very
appetito.
good. That's
And
the
10
hand
o'clock.
movement.
Yeah, it's all about the hand. Taking the mind-blowing aqua theater show. So they have like an aqua theater show?
They do. And
What?
wow, is it spectacular. So that is at the back of the ship there. I was in the Symphony of the Seas when I first watched the Aqua Theatre show. They have high divers that dive from deck 18
Jeez.
down to like literally deck 11.
Wow.
Into the water, into a swimming pool at the back. And man,
amazing.
it is spectacular.
Yeah.
So this is something to look forward to on a ship.
Yep.
I think we've painted such a great... I think people are phoning
We
one
haven't
stop right
painted
now.
enough.
I think they must be engaged. People are saying, why are you guys engaged? We're trying to get through to you. So there we go. So if we want to find out more information about Royal Caribbean, if we have our phone in our hand, what do we do? Where do we go? How do we find out more about the packages from One Stop?
So we have these amazing brochures in our offices. Plus we have digital brochures. And we also have access to the Cruises International booking system, so we can quote you instantly. You can call us on 0860 109 500, or you can visit our website www.onestoptours.co.za, or visit any one of our branches and we'll be able to assist you with it.
Awesome stuff. And I just saw one more thing I'm just going a bit gaga for, is the ultimate family suite. It has slides in the room.
What?
It's got, look at this. Just look at that.
Brilliant.
Oh, I saw that one.
Dude, look
I saw
at that
one.
And I'm like, what?
That is quite special. That's on the Icon of the Seas.
Yeah.
She's a 3-story suite at the back.
Three-story suite there,
On
Ted.
a boat.
It's got, as you say, a dry slide in there as well. Mom and Dad's stateroom is actually quite nice. This is built for the kids, but Mom and Dad have got their own private area just to feel like they're not living in the kids' room the whole time.
I'm loving it. I mean,
They might be living there.
They might say, true.
You never know.
So they have the Symphony of the Seas Oasis class. It says your home port, Barcelona and Rome, sailing dates between April and October. Key ports, Marseille, France, Naples, Italy. That's the one that you just came back from, yeah? And obviously, this is a 7-night sailing. So there's so much to do.
Yes.
I think this is the one part of your life where you can say, I love insomnia because I don't want to sleep. You just don't want to sleep. You get as minimal a sleep as you can to enjoy a holiday on a ship traveling across the world. That is the Royal Caribbean Cruises International joining us this afternoon on our airwaves of Radio Al-Ansaar. I'd like to thank One Stop Travel and Tours for bringing Jonathan in here and painting a fantastic image. This is definitely on the to-do list, on the bucket list. You said Northern Lights, you're traveling the world, you're seeing all these amazing destinations. Definitely going to be booking with Royal Caribbean very, very soon. Inshallah, God willing.
Inshallah.
Your parting words this afternoon, Jonathan.
You're definitely not going to go wrong taking on a cruise as a holiday option. It's something that I absolutely love. I can promise you it's totally worth going out there and experiencing the world. It's like going to see many destinations while you're experiencing the ship as a destination itself.
As Ted said, 2 holidays in one.
That's
very
it.
value for money.
Exactly.
And we love our value for money. You know, we are Indian, we love it. We love it. But so this is, I thank you so much, because I think we've all seen videos of these wonderful, amazing ships on social media.
Yeah.
And we always ask the question, how do I get onto that ship?
Sure.
And you've sort of painted us a beautiful image on that. There we go. Thank you, Sunera, for bringing Jonathan.
Thank
you to the
you.
Mohammed.
Thank
Hey, the brother. And you got your water sorted out.
Shukran.
Looking forward to our next one.
Love it.
Jazakallah.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. That was One Stop Travel and Tours, your one-stop travel shop, in joining us this afternoon with Brother Jonathan, as well as Sister Sunera and Brother Muhammad from the team, talking about Royal Caribbean International Cruises and the next one, the big one for next year. Way! Icon of the Seas, arriving in 2024. Check out their stuff on onestoptravelandtours.co.za to find out more information.
Looking to book your next holiday? Make your way to One Stop Travel and Tours. At One Stop Travel, we offer a wide range of holidays at the most competitive prices. Group tours, tailor-made holidays, cruises, transfers, accommodation, travel insurance, and car hire. Visit our website on www.onestoptours.co.za for our current Turkey specials, Mauritius school holiday deals, and Umrah packages. Choose from a multitude of pre-made packages. Visit one of our branches in Overport, Gateway, Musgrave Centre, Fordsburg, Westwood Mall, Pavilion Shopping Centre, Chatsworth, Phoenix, and Cape Town. Contact us today on 0860 109 500. One Stop Travel and Tours, your one-stop travel shop.
So tune into Radio Al-Ansaar every Monday to Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. The Social Network, connecting you to endless possibilities.